Hey, what's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of the Fantasy Fellow Show. We're just going to do a quick video on Chris Paul today. The reaction to the injury here that happened at the All Star game. He has a right thumb avulsion fracture. I'm not really sure the scientific aspect of that, but he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. And I'm not really sure if it's closer to 6 or closer to 8. I would imagine the Suns are going to be on coast and playing good ball even without him. That there's going to be no rush to get him back. They're probably just focusing on getting Chris Paul back for the playoff stretch. So with this video, we're going to identify some players here who need to be picked up. And with Chris Paul, I mean, he was technically the second or third best fantasy player on this team. I'm going to filter here ESPN, just the last 15 days. Over the last 15 days, it looks like Devin Booker was getting the most points here with 45 points per game. Chris Paul was number two. He was averaging 39.3 points per game, over 32 minutes per game. He's averaging 12.8 assists, 1.7 steals, just a little over three turnovers, and then roughly 15 points per game. So there's going to be a lot of stats up for grabs. I think the biggest benefactor is going to be Devin Booker. He's going to be the guy that gets even more opportunities with the ball in his hand, I think, for sure. So, but you're not going to be able to pick up Devin Booker. So, outside of the top guys here on the team, Booker, Paul, Aiton, and Bridges, there's a huge drop off in terms of percent rostered, and that's going to be a guy like Jay Crowder, who is averaging a healthy amount of points. This is the guy here in 8 and 10 man leagues. He needs to be rostered, but he's not really who I want to make the video about. So, I will say if Jay Crowder is available, he's the guy that you want to pick up. But the star of the show here is going to be Cameron Payne. He's going to be inserted into the starting lineup for Chris Paul. He had a wrist injury. He hasn't played since January 22nd. And back before that, he was averaging roughly 19.3 points per game on the year. So in just relief duty, he was actually playing pretty well. So I'm excited about his opportunity again on the season. He was averaging 20 minutes per game, 10.5 points, just under 3 boards, about 3.5 assists, about half a steal, and just under half a block. So we're going to add probably 10. He's probably going to be a 32 to 35 minute player, I think, as long as Chris Paul's out. So Cameron Payne is my number one pickup for the Chris Paul injury, and you can see here he's starting to spike his additions in fantasy here. He's up 2% in the last few days, so people are starting to catch on. Cameron Payne, this might be your last chance to get him. For the next 6 to 8 weeks, and then they are expecting, because he hasn't played. A report came out today that he's going to be ready to play in that team's first game on Thursday night against OKC. So I'm excited about Cameron Payne. And again, before the injury, he was averaging about 20 minutes per game and just under 20 fantasy points. So he's roughly a point per minute player. If he's averaging 32 to 35 minutes per game, he's going to be a 30-point fantasy player. So I actually really, really like Cameron Payne here. He should be rostered in 8 and 10 leagues, 12-man leagues for sure. And then just some tertiary players that you probably need to pick up here. So no Chris Paul. I can't assume that he's going to get. I can't assume that Payne's going to get all of the minutes. You might see some Aaron Holiday minutes as part of that. You might see some more Torrey Craig minutes. You could even see some Alfred Payton minutes. He's a guy that had been playing well when he gets the opportunity. So I'm interested in Alfred Payton, but I think again it's all going to stem back to our guy Cameron Payne. It wouldn't surprise me to see Cameron Johnson get some more run here. So you might see some other guys get some opportunities here, but it's all about Cameron Payne. And if you are unable to get a guy like Cam Payne, let's go ahead and look and just see if there's any other point guards here that should be rostered. Again, I'm just kind of filtering here over the last 15 days, looking at average points, and I just kind of want to see if anyone sticks out. Josh Giddey needs to be rostered if he's out there. But a guy like Kobe White had been playing pretty well. He's only 25% rostered. Really, really playing well right before the All-Star break ended here. You see the minutes and everything spiking here. So Kobe White, a guy here, if you miss out on Payne, Kobe White could be a guy for you. Kevin Porter Jr., definitely a guy that I'm interested in. Jalen Brunson, of course. There's Rajon Rondo. Rajon Rondo had been playing pretty well before the break. He put up a 40-point game. Not sure I like the consistency of that. And then if I had to offer one more, I like Ayo Dosunmu, the other part of the Chicago, the duo there with Kobe White. So he's an interesting guy for sure. And then maybe Patrick Beverly. So those are just some few names there where if you guys weren't able to get Cameron Payne, I do think you can find some nice point guards after the All-Star break. So just a quick video. I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe if you're new. Like the video. That helps us grow the channel. And yeah, thanks for watching. We'll see you guys later. Peace.